Protecting our environment is vital for our collective future, and replacing gas guzzlers with buzzing electric vehicles is a key part of that. Most vehicle manufacturers are committed to this process, but are current EVs all they're made out to be? Perhaps not. Hello and what's up, guys? I'm Bradley with Hot Cars, and today I'll be discussing some brutal truths about owning electric cars. Let's power up and get into it. Electric cars are not as green as you might expect. In a recent survey, 71% of people stated they were planning to or might consider buying an EV as their next vehicle. That's a sizable chunk of the population. But many of those people might be disappointed to learn that producing batteries for electric cars creates more emissions than manufacturing standard cars. This is an uncomfortable reminder that there may not be a spluttering tailpipe on your EV, but there is still a carbon footprint. Disposed batteries are hazardous waste. Used batteries from cars like the Tesla 3 and Nissan Leaf don't biodegrade and are harmful to the environment. Most batteries will have to be dismantled and recycled or disposed of as hazardous waste, according to the Orange County Register. In a surprising, or maybe not so surprising, turn of events, California has no electric vehicle battery recycling facilities. This is despite the state's aggressive push to electrify the motor industry. That means all those retired EV batteries must be transported to locations outside of California, which is bound to leave a sizable carbon footprint. Electric vehicle charging infrastructure is plagued by problems. Now, this is an issue that puts off a lot of potential electric car owners. It's a problem that has been plaguing the transition from combustion engine vehicles in the US and abroad. See, authorities have been strongly advocating the switch to electric at every turn, but at the same time, they've been dragging their heels on their side of the bargain. The current infrastructure simply can't keep up with the demand for electric vehicles. According to a recent study, satisfaction rates among EV drivers in 2022 were lower than in the previous year, and satisfaction with fast charging isn't headed in the right direction either. Electric car tires wear out fast. Now, this one might come as a bit of a shock, but most people think about cars and air quality. They often focus solely on engine emissions. They sometimes neglect the pollution caused by tires. According to John Weinstein of the Military College of South Carolina, an estimated 2 million tons of tire particles are released into the environment every year in the United States. And in a study by the National Library of Medicine, microparticles from vehicle tires represents at least 10% of all plastic litter in the world. And guess what? Some of the worst offenders are electric vehicles. That's thanks to the really fun high acceleration capabilities, but that means EVs tend to wear down their tires faster than their gas counterparts. There aren't enough skilled workers to service EVs. You should learn to code, they said. No thanks, ChatGPT will be looking after that soon enough. Seriously though, a new career that you might want to consider training up for is as an electric vehicle technician, because that breed of mechanic is in high demand. For example, in the UK, only 16% of motor technicians have the right skills to work on electric vehicles. I think we can all see that's going to be a big problem in the near future. Long charging times are a total buzzkill. One obvious benefit of owning a car is you get places faster than you would on foot, or so you'd think. Kelley Blue Book estimates that it takes up to 8 hours to charge some EVs, like the new Polestar or the 2022 Tesla Model 3. For a Model S of the same year, it can take almost 12 hours. Not ideal if you got to get somewhere in a serious hurry, if you know what I mean. Just send your dry cleaning bill to Elon if you get caught out in the rain. He can afford it, even after Twitter.
Oh yeah, Twitter.
Used electric cars are still expensive despite the price cut. Prices of used electric cars have been dropping in recent times, but the decreases are not expected to get spectacular anytime soon. According to some sources, the average cost of a used EV remains at approximately $40,000 in states like Texas, Florida, and Illinois. It is lower in California due to the higher volume there, but they are still expensive for many drivers. It might be a good idea to go ahead and start saving some money if you want one. You could try reusable diapers, growing your own veggies, or pleading desperately on GoFundMe can help raise funds in your bid to save the planet. Extreme heat impacts driving range. The summer's coming, folks. Dust off that barbecue and air out your favorite golf shorts. But go easy on the air conditioner if you own an electric vehicle. According to a AAA study, when driving in temperatures that exceed 95 degrees Fahrenheit and using the AC, the driving range is reduced by a whopping 17%. Could be time to get creative, guys. And EV charging takes longer in winter. We all love dirty little secrets, don't we? Well, I certainly do. But one secret that EV drivers won't want to learn about is the added charging time during the colder months of the year. According to some reports, charging your EV in frigid winter weather might take twice as long as in warmer months. Better have a Kindle on hand for all that waiting around. Also, EV winter range loss. Yes, electric car drivers won't be full of festive cheer after this one. Not only might it take longer to charge your EV in the winter, but when temperatures dip below 20 Fahrenheit, whew, that's cold, and you've got your HVAC system used to heat the car, the driving range can be reduced by over 40%. Yeah, you heard me right, 40%. That means rethinking your route if you're going to be driving in wintry conditions. Maybe Santa had the right idea. Of course, EVs do offer some benefits over their internal combustion counterparts, such as zero emissions at the tailpipe, but ultimately, it's not as clear-cut as many people think it is. So, do your homework before spending your cash. All right, see you next time.